Hello, everyone, and welcome back to This is a Woman podcast. I am your host, Sophia Laurie. And on this episode, we are unfortunately once again talking about the issue of males being in girls' spaces. We have on with us, though, an amazing young woman, Lesley Ledesma. She is a high school junior, and unfortunately, this school year looked a little different for her than other years. She started school this year and dealt with a male being in the girls' locker room. Then she was bold and brave. She has filed Title IX complaints, OCR complaints. She's been talking to her school, talking to her district, and even planned a student-led walkout where the students said girls deserve safe bathrooms, boys are not girls, and they stood for truth and they stood for what's right. And so I'm so excited for you guys to hear from this brave girl from Esperanza High School in Anaheim, California. So with that, let's dive into it. Well, hello, Lesley, and welcome to This is a Woman podcast. I know all the listeners are so excited to hear your story and just how bold and brave you've been. And so they know that you planned and led a student walkout at your school. But before we get into that, let's discuss kind of what happened. You started your junior year of high school at Esperanza, but this year, unfortunately, didn't go like every other year has been going. What went down?
Okay, so basically, it was around the second week of school. I walked into the bathroom, and when I got out of my stall, I saw that there was a boy in there. And I asked him, I used to know this kid well before he was trans, so I asked him, "What are you doing in here?" He was like, "Oh, well, I'm trans now. I identify as a girl." So I was super shocked. My jaw dropped. And he told me, "Well, why are you reacting like that? It's 2025. This is normal." And then I just said I didn't expect it. And I didn't want to cause any issues or be reported of hitting anyone or anything like that. So I just immediately got out of the bathroom and immediately went to the school admin and reported it. I told them what happened and they asked me what happened. I told it to them. They asked me why it made me uncomfortable. I told them that because I felt unsafe being in the same area as a male, especially somewhere so intimate as a bathroom where I could easily be taken advantage because I know it's happened to other girls, unfortunately. And the thought of that just scared me. And after that, they told me that they would act upon what the district said on a situation like this. And the next day, I was informed that this specific student, this male, had a special permission to be able to use the girls' bathroom. I was really stunned by this. It felt honestly like a slap in the face to me because I really felt vulnerable. I felt unsafe. I felt like my rights, my safety did not matter and they were putting it over my rights were under the ones of the trans student. And after that, I decided that I wasn't gonna just let it stay there and I was gonna fight for not only my rights, but all the other rights of the other girls in my school that I know were uncomfortable and felt unsafe by it.
And I want to apologize to you that when you went to the adults, when you went to your office, instead of them doing what's right, instead of them checking to make sure you're okay, I'm pretty disgusted that the
Mhm.
questions they asked you was, why are you uncomfortable with this? That's horrible. I'm sorry. But I think that is a wake up call to those listening right now, that that is what is happening, that the adults in the room are asking the girls, why are you uncomfortable with this? And said, this boy told you in the restroom, it's 2025, get on board. And I'm so glad you are not accepting this as the new normal because it's not. Girls should never have to put up with this. But I went into something you said about the bathroom situation, that you went into the restroom and you recognized this boy because you've known him. And so is he a junior as well, or do you know what grade he's in?
He's also a junior.
Okay, so now you've been to high school with him for 2 years, you know him, and when you found him in the girls' restroom, I've heard different things that sometimes he dresses like a girl, sometimes he doesn't. Is he just going into the girls' restroom looking like the normal everyday boy?
Yes, he actually does. And it's really sad because, I mean, the most he'll do to try to look like a girl is like wear pink. But I mean, physically and like by well norms of what a girl looks like or a boy, he looks like a boy. And I know this. I've known this boy since freshman year. I've heard that supposedly he has autism, so I don't really think he knows what he's doing. I think he's just confused, and I know that he has family issues, and it really breaks my heart knowing that he's going through all of that, but that doesn't make it okay for him to be entering into our bathrooms.
Absolutely. And I just want to touch on that and encourage you in that, Leslie, that what you said, if he does have autism, unfortunately, this trans ideology is affecting kids with autism more. That's been scientifically, factually proven. And like you said, if he has a hard home life, all these things, the sad part is it's school and social media teachers that are really pushing this ideology. So a boy that might just struggling with some mental health issues with things at home, this is what it leads to. Said no matter what, it doesn't give the right for a male to invade in these spaces. And so you went with this, you did the right thing. You said, "Hey, not okay with this." Had you talked to other girls on campus about this, feeling uncomfortable, or were you kind of the first one to witness this?
Well, I mean, as far as that day when it happened, I hadn't heard about it at all. I did not know that there was a male using the girls' bathrooms. And then immediately as I found out about this, I started telling like a lot of girls, I started telling them like, "Oh, have you heard about this? Have you seen it?" And then surprisingly, a lot of girls told me they hadn't, but then as like the weeks went by and other days, more girls started telling me like, "Oh, I've seen this boy in the girls' bathrooms," and they all told me how it was just weird and it made them feel uncomfortable because, well, he literally was a boy and looked like one. Well, it's a boy, and of course it was gonna make them uncomfortable, you know?
When you went to the office and they told you this is what this boy's allowed to do, and unfortunately, that is California state law. It's been state law for 12 years that boys can use girls' restrooms, but that doesn't make it okay. That doesn't mean the school shouldn't say we're going to stand against this horrible law and we're going to stand in protection with the girls. But unfortunately, that's not what happened in your case. So, did the school tell you that you have to keep using that restroom? Did they try to make suggestions to get him out of the restroom? What was their accommodations for you?
For me, what they told me is that I could simply just use the nurse's bathroom if it made me uncomfortable thinking that there was going to be a male in there. And it was honestly just, it wasn't the answer I was looking for because I mean, I know I'm not the only girl that obviously felt uncomfortable and reported it to the school, but it was several girls. And instead of just accommodating that one student to using the nurse's office bathroom, all the girls, like including myself, would have to use the nurses' bathrooms instead of using the girls' bathrooms, the actual females.
And that's for people listening right now that are like, wow, this is a really out of the blue situation. Unfortunately, it's not. Every single time I talk to a girl like you, Leslie, that is going through this, whether it's bathrooms, locker rooms, sports teams, whatever it is all the girls around have to now accommodate their norms, what should be the usual situation for the one boy. And so they're going to put the safety of girls aside for the feelings of a confused male. And it's disturbing. That's the reality of what's happening here. But because of that, because that's the reality, and you guys are facing this treatment, you decided that you weren't going to back down, that you weren't going to stay quiet, and that you were going to use your voice, which led to the morning at your school of the student walkout. So, what encouraged you to say, you know what, that answer to use the nurse's restroom wasn't enough? I'm going to do more.
Well, initially, when it first happened, I was honestly really scared. I didn't know what to do. And I told my parents about it, and they were very, very upset. And they told me, you know what? You have to do anything you can to make this stop. Like, we're not just gonna let you keep going into the bathroom knowing that there's gonna be boys in there. And thankfully, my family gave me a lot of support and they gave me the motivation to do something about it. And I had seen like on social media about Sonja, about the protests and all the stuff she's done. I immediately knew that I should contact her. And thankfully, through her, I was able to meet you and Leandra and lots of other great people that, well, led me to today and were able to help me. But thankfully, I really got support from my family, and honestly, I just prayed on it a lot, and I realized that what God would want me to do is stand up for all of these girls and not just let it be how the district wanted it to be.
To have that family support behind you. I mean, I watched that at the walkout, to have your parents
Mhm.
there, to have your siblings there. It's so powerful. And definitely want to dive into the fact that your brother spoke out as well.
Yeah.
But let's get into the planning of the walkout. You know, you decided, okay, we're going to do this walkout, we're going to speak, all that you
Mhm.
posted about on social media, and I got thousands of likes and a lot of
Mhm.
comments and things were happening. When you announced on social media and to the students at school that you were going to do a walkout and say, we are not okay with males in our girls' restroom, were a lot of people on campus in support of you? Were you getting any pushback? What was happening after those posts?
Thankfully, I feel like in my situation, I was really lucky because a lot of people were in support. I mean, I also surround myself with people that have similar views to me and stuff like that, which I'm really thankful for. But thankfully, most people supported me, especially since a lot of people in school know that I'm a good person. I have no bad intentions, but unfortunately, there was always going to be someone that doesn't agree with you. So a lot of people, they started, well, obviously putting hate comments on my posts and stuff. And I mean, they started saying that I was suddenly a bad person for not wanting males in the girls' bathrooms. But I mean, the only thing that really happened was, I mean, I cut communication from people that didn't see this truth. But if anything, it brought me closer to so many more people that have the same views as me, thankfully, and know that this is wrong and are willing to support me.
I think that's so important to note that when you take a stand like this, when you choose to be bold and speak out and do what's right and stand for the truth, sometimes you are going to have to cut off some people from your life, or they're going to cut you off. You might lose some friends. But yes, you are going to gain so many more people in your life that are going to stand with you, that agree with you. And at the end of the day, I think maybe some of the people listening right now, they might be a little scared to take the stand, or they maybe have never publicly said they're not okay with what's happening. But wouldn't you rather have people around you in your life that say, yeah, I'm not okay with males being in girls' restrooms. I'm not okay with putting girls in danger. And that's what you've witnessed. That's, like you said, you might lose some people, but you did what was right. And it's so freeing to say the truth, to stand for the truth. And so, you know, you got the walkout going, the social media post going, and then the walkout actually happened. Were you
Mhm.
expecting the turnout that was there? I mean, there was probably around 50 to 70 students that came out and held signs and stood there. Were you expecting that? Did you think it was just going to be 10 of you guys? What did you think was going to happen?
I mean, honestly, I was kind of shocked with how many students went. I mean, there were some people that I've seen around in school, and I was like, "Whoa, I wouldn't expect you to come out here." But thankfully, a lot of people came out. Even like a lot of people that are usually timid and quiet, they chose to come out today, and I mean, get out of their comfort zones and come support a topic that can be considered controversial. And well, I mean, honestly, I expected a lot more people to be against the walkout from what I saw in the comments on the post. And thankfully, I mean, there weren't a lot of people on the opposite side. I mean, you couldn't really even see the opposite side. But I'm glad that there were a lot more people on our side and a lot more people than I expected that supported this cause.
Then it got kicked off. You gave an amazing speech. I mean, it was
Yeah.
phenomenal. So let's watch that speech real quick.
First off, I'd like to give a huge thank you to all the people who made this possible, such as Sonja, Sophia, and Leandra, and all the people who showed up today to support our cause. This movement is for all of us standing here. Since my freshman year, I have carried a great sense of pride as an Esperanza Aztec. Through competitions, conversations, and campus events, I've always felt like Esperanza was more than just a home. It was a home where I felt safe, seen, and respected. But unfortunately, something has changed since the 2025 to 26 school year has started. This sense of security has left. What I have experienced is that I've witnessed males in the girls' bathrooms. When I asked, "Why are you in this bathroom?" I was told, "I am trans and identify as a girl." I was immediately alarmed, and not because I wanted to disrespect anyone's identity, but because I was suddenly uncertain about my own privacy and safety in a space I had always trusted. As a female, I felt vulnerable. Like many other girls, I know the risks women face in situations where privacy is compromised, especially since biologically males can easily take advantage physically of females. That fear isn't irrational, it's real and it's valid. Immediately, I reported it to the school admin and was told that they would act upon what the district said on the situation. Later, I was informed that the male student was allowed to enter the female bathroom. After this, I was told that if this made me uncomfortable, then I could be accommodated by using the nurse's bathroom. As a woman, this felt like a slap in the face to me. As a young woman who has used the girls' bathroom my entire life, I was now being asked to step aside. It didn't feel fair. It didn't feel respectful. It felt like my concerns and the concerns of other girls were being overlooked. Let me be absolutely clear. I am not here to attack anyone. I do not wish harm on those who see things differently or anyone in the transgendered community. I truly believe every person is created in the image and likeness of God and deserves love, dignity, and respect. But I also believe that females deserve to feel safe and comfortable in private spaces like bathrooms and locker rooms. Respect must go both ways. No one should have to feel afraid or ashamed for voicing discomfort, especially when it comes to something as basic as using the bathroom. Everyone deserves dignity, but dignity cannot come at the cost of someone else's sense of safety. We must find a solution that protects the rights of and feelings of all students, not just some. We will continue fighting for what is right and will not be shut down for saying the truth to not just to the district, but even the government. We want the district to hear us and realize that our voices matter. Thank you for listening, and thank you for everyone standing with me.
Lesley, that was so good. And you were just saying that when this all was first happening, you were scared and like not really sure if you wanted to, what you were going to do. You knew you were going to do something, but not sure what, and you were scared. Each right there is not a scared person. That was a powerful speech. You shared your story, you shared it well. You made it clear that you were there to stand for truth. You weren't there to cause violence or hate or anything. You were there to stand for the safety of girls. You were there to stand up for your fellow female classmates. What was that switch from being scared to the speech you gave at the walkout?
Honestly, it was just that the people I was surrounded with, they really supported me and they started, thanking me. Everyone started thanking me for making that step, for being the voice for several girls that, haven't done it. And it honestly just gave me a lot of confidence, and it just made me super happy that I could do this for not just myself, but so many other girls. And I think just thinking about the good that would come from it just gave me all the confidence to go out there and will say my speech proudly without any fear.
Love it. And that, other than your speech, my next favorite part, when I say favorite part, I just mean inspirational part of the walkout, was the boys speaking out. The boys could sit back and say, not our problem. We're not affected by this. This doesn't harm us. And yet there was like 25 to 30 boys out there at the walkout holding signs, making their voices heard, making it clear that they stood with you guys. I loved seeing some of the boys were holding posters that say protect girls, boys are not girls, and really standing with you. But one of my favorite moments was your brother standing up and speaking out at the podium as well. So let's check out his speech.
Hello everyone and good morning. My name is Zed and I'm a freshman here at Esperanza High School, and I want to start by thanking everyone who came today to support and listen. This situation at our school has made a lot of students uncomfortable. Restrooms are supposed to be private and safe, but when a male student goes in a girl's restroom, it doesn't feel that way anymore. For the girls here, it creates stress and discomfort. As a brother, it is very hard for me to see my sister struggling with this, especially when I can't fix it for her. That's why I'm speaking up. I want her and all the other girls here to feel safe in a place that should be private. This isn't about hate, it's about respect. Respect means listening when students say they don't feel comfortable. Girls deserve to feel secure in their own restroom without worrying about who might walk in. That's why I'm here, to be a voice and to ask that our school make sure every student feels safe. Thank you again to everyone who came together. We can all make a difference.
So your brother is a freshman at high school with you. And to be a freshman and to say, you know what, I'm going to stand up, speak out. I mean, this is his first, like, what, month and a half of high school.
Yeah.
And he has chosen to speak up and defend you. How does that feel as a sister, knowing that you have a brother that is there to stand with you and to make sure that you feel safe and comfortable in your spaces?
I mean, honestly, kind of going back to what I said earlier, I mean, it's really just my family. Like, I'm really glad that they raised us with great values and obviously knowing the truth that males are not females. And because of this, my little brother, he saw me being troubled, and I mean, even if it wasn't me and it was just other girls, I know he would have still stood up for it. And I'm really proud that my brother, he knows what's right and what's wrong, was willing to speak out about what was right and obviously defend me in any way possible if anything happened to me. And I'm really thankful for that.
And I think that's something that a lot of not just other boys, but men need to be inspired by. I mean, there are grown men that need to be inspired by your brother who is a freshman in high school right now for standing up. And so, what you kind of touched on this at the walkout when we were talking with some people. What is your message to all the boys and men out there about this issue?
I mean, honestly, I just wish that men went back to the role, not only biblical role, but just, well, basic general role of men protecting women. I feel like nowadays society has really gotten away from that. And well, sometimes men just they don't really care about protecting women as much as it used to be. But thankfully, my brother and I know lots of men that were at the walkout, they were actually raised on values to protect women, and I'm really happy about that. And I just really wish that parents kept raising their kids knowing that women are something precious, something valuable that need to be protected. And yeah, I wish people would go back to those values and standards in men.
Yeah, and that's too. Men, if any men are listening right now, be encouraged. Us women, us girls, we want you to come stand alongside us, stand and defend us, stand against the issues that are really impacting us. And I'm sure, Lesley, having to go to school and knowing that there could be a male in your restroom and all these things, I'm sure that affects how your days go. I'm sure it can affect you mentally and push you down and different things. And you've risen up and pushed past that and are continuing to push through it. But the walkout went amazing. And then you went back to school after that. You know, everyone kind of missed a little bit of first period. Some people missed all first period, then went back to school. What was it like on campus for the rest of the day after the walkout?
Well, after the walkout, I mean, honestly, I was really happy because there were a lot of people that attended the walkout, even people that unfortunately weren't able to make it. But people were thanking me. People were thanking me for what I did, for being bold, being courageous. I mean, thankfully, I didn't get any hate in person or any threats or anything like that. I obviously got dirty looks, but I mean, it really made me happy to see that so many people were thankful for what I had done. And also, I mean, I even had a few teachers that were thanking me because obviously teachers can't touch on this topic because I mean, they could lose their jobs. But I got a few teachers that will thank me for being courageous and speaking on a topic like this and being bold about it.
Yeah, I love that. I love that teachers did that, that you were encouraged. And it really goes to show that this is an issue that 90% plus agree on. 90% plus are not okay with males invading girls' spaces. And I think what you saw at school after the walkout really goes to show that and prove that. And so, for everyone listening that might be like, hey, is the boy not allowed in the restroom now or what's going on? Of course, that's not the exact results of the walkout. That's not what you were expecting. That's not what I was expecting. the walkout was to gain attention. It was so more students can be emboldened and choose to also speak out. It was to bring light to this issue, to give you students a voice on this issue. And so, what do you see your next steps? Do you think you're going to go to school board meetings and speak out? Are you going to keep discussing this conversation amongst your friends? What do you plan next?
I mean, honestly, I really do plan on going to school board meetings and speaking up, and not just myself. I'm gonna encourage my friends and other people I know to come to school board meetings, file Title IX complaints, and do all that stuff because, I mean, we can't just do a walkout and just expect for us to get the result immediately. The walkout is just the first step, and I mean, we still have to do more. We have to, well, like I said, attend these school board meetings, file the Title IX complaints, and I just really hope that the numbers of people doing this will increase and it'll make the district, well, open their eyes and give us the change we want.
I'm so proud of you. And, there's unfortunately, Leslie, girls across the state and across the nation that are also dealing with this issue, that are going to school and they had that same wake up call to what's happening that you did of there's a boy in their locker room or restroom or sports team or whatever the situation is. And some of these girls might be scared to speak out because they don't want to lose friends or they're scared of repercussions or what may come with it. What is your encouragement to those girls? What is your advice to those girls?
I feel like number one, it's to trust God's plan. As long as you follow it and trust it, everything is gonna turn out great. And other than that, of course, just don't worry about the friendships you're gonna lose. I mean, friends come and go, and the friends you gain in the relationships you start from making a move like this will be way more valuable than those people that will judge you for speaking out about what is right. So I think that the confidence to do it is going to lead you to so many great things, meet so many great people, and at the end of the day, just makes it worth it. Even if you think you're quiet and timid, honestly, even I consider myself like that. Just going out and walking out and starting big movements like this, it just really shows what type of person you are. And it really proves yourself to people that you're not just a quiet girl, but you're a girl that is willing to speak for others and do big things. Like, it just really shows how much you have ahead of you. And it'll all pay off in the future.
Well, Leslie, I am so beyond proud of you. You have big plans for your future. I know everyone that's listening is proud of you, supporting you, praying for you. And so we'll obviously, if more things happen, more things go on, we'll keep people up to date of what's happening at Esperanza High School, how they can be praying in the updates and the changes. But Leslie, I'm proud of you. Thank you for standing up for all the girls and thank you for hopping on the podcast.
Thank you so much. And thank you for all your help. I really appreciate it so much. And honestly, if it weren't for you and all the other people that helped out, I mean, none of this could have been possible. So I'm really thankful for that.
Absolutely. We're always here for you.
Thank you.